I wasn't planning on telling this story. For a long time, I tried to convince myself it didn't happen the way I remember it. That maybe I exaggerated things. That maybe it was just fear, getting the best of me. But there's something that keeps coming back. Not memories, not exactly. It's more like a feeling, like I left something behind out there. Or maybe something followed me back. I don't know. What I do know is this. We should never have gone off the trail. It started with a missing person post. You've probably seen them before. The kind that gets shared around local groups, community pages, sometimes even picked up by small news outlets. Missing hiker. That's all it said at first. Then there was a name, a picture. A guy in his mid-20s, smiling, standing in front of a forest trail sign. Backpack on, like he was just out for a normal day hike. The post said he'd gone into the forest 3 days earlier and never came back. No phone signal was found. No trace of where he went after a certain point. Search teams had already gone through the main trails. Nothing. No footprints, no gear, no body, just gone. Most people reacted the way you'd expect. Probably got lost. Wild animal. Fell somewhere no one could find him. Normal explanations, reasonable ones. But my friend Daniel didn't think so. He was the one who sent the post into our group chat. At first, I didn't even respond. None of us did. Then he sent another message. We should go look. I thought he was joking. He wasn't. There were 4 of us. Daniel, obviously, then me, a guy named Marcus, and Sarah. We'd all known each other for years. Nothing extreme, just the kind of friends who hang out, go on trips, do stupid things sometimes. Daniel was the kind of person who always needed something more. He got bored easily, always looking for something exciting. Marcus was the opposite, calm, logical, the kind of guy who double-checks everything. Sarah, she was somewhere in between. She didn't like risks, but she didn't like being left out either. And me? I don't know. I guess I was just there. Daniel kept pushing the idea. He said the search teams only checked the marked trails. He said if the guy wandered off path, no one would find him. He said we could help. That part, that's what got me. Not the thrill, not the curiosity. It was the idea that maybe we could actually find something. Help. Even if it was just closure. That's how he convinced us. Not by saying it would be exciting, but by making it sound like the right thing to do. We went 2 days later. Late afternoon, that was mistake number 1. We told ourselves it was fine. We weren't planning on going deep into the forest, just a quick look around the area where the guy was last seen, in and out before dark. Simple, that's what we said. The forest itself didn't seem strange at first, and if anything, it was normal. Almost too normal. Tall trees, tightly packed. The kind that block out most of the sky, even during the day. The air felt heavier the deeper we walked. Not humid exactly, just still, like everything was waiting. I remember thinking it was quiet, not completely silent, but quieter than it should have been. No birds, no insects, just the sound of our footsteps and the occasional rustling of leaves under us. Marcus noticed it too. He said something like, "You hear that?" And we all stopped. We listened. Nothing. That's when Daniel laughed it off, said we were just overthinking things, said forests get quiet sometimes. We believed him. At least we tried to. The trail started out clearly marked. Signs every few hundred meters. Bright paint on trees. Easy to follow. We stuck to it at first, checking the ground, looking for anything unusual. Footprints, trash, anything. But there was nothing. Not even old signs of someone passing through. It was like no one had been there in days, maybe longer. About 40 minutes in, we found the first thing that felt off. It was a trail marker. One of those wooden posts with directions carved into it. Except this one was broken, not just worn down, snapped. The top half was leaning against a tree nearby, and the part still in the ground. It wasn't pointing anywhere anymore. The arrows were carved deep but scratched over, like someone had tried to erase them, or maybe destroy them. Marcus crouched down to look closer. He ran his hand over the wood, said it didn't look old, said it looked recent. Daniel didn't seem bothered. He just shrugged and said maybe it was vandalism. But Sarah, she didn't like it. I could tell. She kept looking around, like she expected someone to be watching us. That's when Daniel said it. We should check off trail. Just like that. No hesitation, no discussion. He pointed into the trees, past the broken marker. There's no way search teams covered everything in there. Marcus immediately said no. He reminded us we agreed to stay on the trail. That going off path was how people get lost in the first place. He was right, but Daniel didn't care. He said we'd stay close. Just a few minutes, then back. Simple. I wish I could say we argued more, that we thought it through, that we made a careful decision, but we didn't. It was quick. Too quick. One moment we were standing on the trail, the next we were stepping into the trees. The difference was immediate. It's hard to explain. The forest didn't change visually, the trees were the same, the ground was the same, but something about it felt wrong. Like we crossed a line we weren't supposed to cross. The air felt thicker, heavier, and the silence. It got deeper. We tried to keep track of where we came from. Marcus marked a tree with a small piece of tape, then another, and another, just in case. He kept saying we shouldn't go far, that we needed to head back soon. Daniel kept pushing forward, saying we hadn't seen anything yet, that we were close. Close to what? I don't know, but we followed, all of us. Then about 10 minutes in, we found something. At first I thought it was just branches, sticks tangled together, but it wasn't random. They were arranged, tied together with thin pieces of string, hanging from a low branch, a crude shape, almost like a symbol or a figure. Sarah was the first to say something. She asked if anyone else saw it. Of course we did. It was right there. Daniel stepped closer, reached out like he was going to touch it. Marcus told him not to. His voice was sharper than usual, almost urgent. Daniel hesitated, then lowered his hand. For once. No one said it out loud, but we were all thinking the same thing. This wasn't normal. This wasn't just some random thing in the forest. Someone made it, recently, and then I noticed something else. There were more, further in, barely visible between the trees, hanging at different heights, some small, some larger, all made the same way, all just there, watching. That's when Sarah said we should leave. Immediately. No more looking. No more exploring. Just go back. Marcus agreed. Even Daniel didn't argue this time. Not really, he just said, yeah, okay. But something about the way he said it, it didn't sound convinced. We turned around. Or at least, we thought we did. Marcus pointed to the last tape marker he placed. Said we just needed to follow them back. Simple. We walked, quietly. No one talking now. No jokes, no discussion. Just moving, faster than before. 5 minutes passed, then 10, and something didn't feel right. We should have reached the trail by then. Marcus stopped, looked around, then walked back a few steps, then forward again, confused. He looked up at the trees, scanning, trying to find the tape markers. There weren't any. He said that out loud. There should be markers here, but there weren't. Not behind us, not ahead of us, nowhere. Daniel tried to play it off again, said maybe we drifted off a bit, said we just needed to adjust direction, but his voice, it wasn't as confident as before. Sarah asked if anyone had GPS. We checked, no signal, not even a weak one, just nothing. That's when the first real feeling hit. Not unease, not discomfort, fear, quiet, heavy, settling in. Marcus tried to stay calm. He said we'd pick a direction and stick to it. Said eventually we'd hit the trail again. We agreed, because we didn't have another option. So we walked, and walked, and walked. And then we saw it, the broken trail marker, the same one. The same snap post, the same scratched arrows, exactly the same. We stopped. No one said anything at first. We didn't need to. We all knew. We hadn't turned in a circle. We hadn't been wandering randomly. We walked in a straight line. Marcus was sure of it. He knew. And yet, we were back, right where we started. I remember Daniel saying something, trying to explain it, trying to make sense of it. But I wasn't listening anymore, because something else had just occurred to me. When we first found the marker, the forest was quiet, but now I could hear something, very faint, somewhere in the distance. Footsteps, slow, deliberate, and not coming toward us, but moving, around us, like something was circling. That's when I realized we didn't just get lost. Something had been watching us the entire time, and we had just walked right into it.